Welcome to I'ma Talk About It. I'm Alicia E., empowerment coach and ancestral healer, and I'm here to teach you how to break generational cycles, self-advocate, and ascend to happiness without the guilt of wanting a better life for yourself. You don't have to choose the same path as those before you. You can choose a better way, your way. Because if we can each heal ourselves today, we can heal the world tomorrow together.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am so freaking excited for today's episode. You're going to have to excuse my sexy froggy voice. I have been making a pivot in my business to have more fun and lead with inspiration. So I want to share that story with you, but I've got froggy voice from having too much fun at a festival. But also, it wasn't like I was screaming. It's because of my allergies and all of the trees outside. So you're going to hear me take some breaks and drink some water so I can help my little Kermit the Frog voice, okay? So, today's episode is all about finding your freedom. And I really wanted to talk about this because I feel like, especially working with my clients, but just in general, taking in like an objective look at the world, it's really difficult for people to learn how to be free. And one of my favorite coaches says that people have a hard time imagining their life and like imagining fun and imagining goodness and imagining things working out for them, which also makes it really hard for them to find their freedom. And as I was going through my Fly With Me sessions, I use my intuition, and I also guide people with very specific questions to help them get back to their essence, their like state of true happiness, of bliss, of alignment. And recently I had a session with someone, and I had asked them, when was the last time that you actually had fun? Like, not like, oh, I'm going to do something small for myself. Like, when was the last time that you had big fucking fun? Like, you were laughing, you were feeling free, you felt light, you felt like you didn't want to leave. Like, it's a whole different energy when you really tap into your freedom, right? That fun that's like you never ever want it to end, and all you want to do is be in that moment. And it became so clear that they couldn't remember. They couldn't remember the last time they had a lot of fun. They couldn't remember the last time that they did something, even if it made them uncomfortable, but it made them laugh. And so it was really important to me, and is really important to me, to make this episode to remind people to check in with themselves. Because we spend a lot of our day sometimes feeling very jaded in our own energy and about the world. And it's more important than ever that all of us learn how to have fun and give ourselves permission, even if the circumstances are really difficult, because a lot of beauty comes out of that. And it's not saying to like sit in a seat of, toxic positivity. That's not what it is. It's learning how to take care of yourself so we can also learn to take care of each other. But if we're not giving each other permission to go have fun and like laugh and smile and feel freedom, then we're always going to be oppressing each other and oppressing ourselves. And one of the best ways that I love to work with people is to connect them to their inner child, right? Their inner child is the source of their happiness. Children are like the most joyful things on this planet, and they're not jaded yet. They learn poor behavior from us, but they don't come out that way. But everyone is a product of their environment. And so if you can bridge the gap between your physical self and the essence of your inner child, you're going to live in a happier state all of the time, right? That is where we want you to be. And it's not impossible to feel happy every day. And I feel weird even just saying that because, like, I feel like there's a lot of coaches out there sometimes that are like, not saying that like you're not gonna have bad days, but you will have bad days. But how can you turn that day of intensity into something amazing? And I think that just in and of itself, we have to get better at giving ourselves a choice of where we want to put our energy. And it reminds me of like when I had this conversation with this person and they were so stuck on coworkers and like all the negative things around them that they couldn't make the shift. They couldn't make the shift yet. They did make the shift, but they couldn't make the shift in that moment to redirect their energy. They couldn't do it. And you can see it so like blatantly that, you know, they were stuck on how this person was treating them, but was blatantly also forgetting how they were treating themselves and how they were willingly giving up their energy to this person instead of making the shift of, this is my energy and this is my life. Why am I giving energy to this person? Why am I allowing them to do this? Why am I allowing myself to be in this situation, right? And so we have to learn to have fun also for the sake of recognizing when we're not having fun. Do you get what I'm saying? So if this person had more time to have fun in their life and find their freedom, be in their freedom, they would recognize the things in their life that are not fun and be more readily able to shift out of them. But if you spend a majority of your day unhappy, not taking care of yourself, you have a very difficult time deciphering between what you want to do and what you don't want to do. And then you end up just doing things for other people because you don't know what you feel and what makes you happy, right? So we have to initiate feelings within ourselves like joy and happiness and fun and laughter, so we gravitate towards those things and away from the things that drag us down. That's why it's so important to be taking care of yourself, and which is why I always talk about people having the flexibility to do things that they love, connecting with your inner child. Like I was fucking wearing sailor suits and fucking jelly sandals, riding my bike with a raincoat on and a card on the back, so it sounded like a motorcycle. And so when you think about your inner child, like they didn't give two fucks about what people were saying to them. If anything, they like, if you're anything like me, you probably mouthed back, or you like pretended like they didn't exist, because why would I put my energy there? Like kids can be so straightforward, and it's time that we also remember to be straightforward. Like it's totally fine. You can still do it with love and respect. You are now an adult who can like regulate their emotions. Even if you can't regulate your emotions, you can probably regulate them more than a child who is figuring out the world and learning how to be happy and follow the rules that are unnecessary sometimes. So remember that you have the capacity within you to be able to change the trajectory of your day. And it is good to feel those feelings, you know, when it is rough. And it's also good to go back to the good feelings. It's totally fine. And it's totally fine to not want to deal with those other feelings that are a little bit low vibe in that moment, and doing it in a place where you feel safe. Like if you are at work or if you're at friends and you're having a rough time, it's okay to be like, nope, I'm going to draw myself a bath. I'm going to eat a good meal. I'm going to pull out my journal. I'm going to put my headphones on. Like, it's okay to create the safety to deal with it rather than being in the moment and feeling like you have to face it. Because like facing it has a very like non-nurturing energy behind it because of how it's been used. And so it's okay to do what you want for yourself, right? Like it's okay to prioritize your safety so you can find your freedom. And again, I just want to go back to like, when was the last time you had fun? Like truly fucking had fun. I want you to sit down with your journal and I want you to remember the last time you had fun. And when you remember the last time you had fun, I want you to go have more fun. And I want you to write down what happens when you have fun. And I want you to write down, because this is going to happen. Trust me, friends, this is going to fucking happen. You're going to write down the last time you had fun. You're going to write down how it feels when you do something else that's fun. And then you're going to write down all the memories that come flowing back to you about when you had fun, because it happens 10 times out of 10 times, friends. You'll start to remember having fun and what you used to love. And then you'll be like, why the fuck did I stop doing that? Oh yeah, I was jaded. Oh yeah, I went through a breakup. Oh yeah, like this happened. Oh yeah, I got into a car accident. Oh yeah. And you know what I mean? So it's like, you have to have fun to remember how to have fun. There is no like not having fun to have fun. Like it just doesn't work that way, because your body and your energy and your mind and your spirit have to be able to recognize fun. And if you can't recognize the frequency, you will not be able to hold the frequency right away. So sit down with your journal. Again, when was the last time you had fun? Plan a fun event. Write about the fun event. And then write about the memories that come up right after. Because this happens all the time. And you will see that the more you do it, the more your abundance is going to flow to you. And I will tell you firsthand that I do this all of the time. Like I was saying, I made a big shift in my business recently to have more fun in my life and go to concerts and hang out with friends and like see my family. But what I had been doing was taking my work calendar and putting like, oh, I need to launch this project, and I need to launch this project, and I need to, order this stuff for my store, and I'm going to blah, 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 blah. And then I was like, well, no fucking wonder it feels like work, right? So I threw out that calendar after I had a session with my lovely coaches, and I decided to sit down instead and look at all of the concerts and festivals, not just in California, but all over. Like I have artists that I love and appreciate all over the world. And so I'm like, why do I not just go see them? Like, why do I have the incessant need to sit in my apartment and constantly come back home before, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm a fly free kind of gal. So what I've done recently is planned everything around concerts, shows, pop-ups that my friends are having in different states, connecting with different friends. And then I'm also asking them if they have pop-up recommendations to kind of help me out, because they know the area, they know the region, they know who to talk to. And we're helping each other out with like our businesses. So I'm going to be flying around a lot more, which is why I'm like basically selling all my stuff. I don't need it. And all of my stuff runs online. And yeah, it's going to be a really beautiful experience. And I kid you not, the minute that I decided to do that, opportunities literally showed up in my inbox out of the blue. Like people were recommending me for things. I just got asked to be an influencer for something. Like how sweet also, shout out to the people who literally fucking raised money to get me to see Beyonce. Like I love you all so much. This is what I'm talking about. Like I love you all so much. That's such a beautiful thing to do for someone, but it's like even more of a testament to when we can love and support each other and like teach each other how to have fun and remember the good times and have fun times now and connect on a deeper level. The possibilities are literally fucking endless. And I love concerts. I love music. And literally the other day, my friend sent me a thing that was like, you should put your name in for this. And it's writers who write about concerts. I mean, come on, folks. It's really fucking obvious. And what's amazing is when you start to elevate your frequency, when you start to elevate your energy, you start to connect with the universe more. Like I was hearing a million people talk about Tokyo. Like someone was just talking about it the other day and talking about Japan. I was like, why does everybody keep talking about Tokyo? And then What You Waiting For by Gwen Stefani popped up on my phone, and that album has like the Harajuku girls in it. And so I'm like, okay, what is going on? And then the opportunity came into my life, and they're based out of Tokyo. So it's like the opportunities and the signs are all around you if you're willing to raise your frequency and your vibration to find it. I literally just connected with a million people who are probably going to end up in the same space as me as well, who are on the same journey, who are ascending at the same time and discovering themselves. And so if you are also looking for your soul tribe will find you when you vibrate with your soul tribe. Like that's exactly how it works. And then everybody else who is not of the same vibration will likely disappear. Not disappear like in a bad way, but like you will drift away from them because you're not in the same realm. You're not in the same frequency, energy. You're on a different path. So just pay attention to the signs, like go have fun. I was sitting on the grass yesterday. One last story. I was sitting on the grass yesterday and I was like thinking about the Beyonce concert. And then all of a sudden someone behind me goes, "Are you going to Beyonce?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, we in tune. Oh yeah, we in tune." And then a Beyonce song played in the background on one of the stages. And I was like, oh, it's on. It's fucking on and cracking. Like, just understand that you can truly have your freedom and live in it 24/7 if you give yourself a chance to have fun. Give yourself a chance, just one fucking chance, and you will see what kind of magic comes out of it. Like just shift into the energy, shift into who you want to be and feel those feelings. Like would your highest, most fun self be hella jaded complaining about how someone took too long to bring them their food at the fucking restaurant? No. They'd probably rent out the whole restaurant and have a lot of fun, or have a cook, or not even sweat it and recognize that maybe they're a little busy and you would give them the grace, right? So really check yourself when you're going through life. Are you limiting your own freedom? Are you proliferating your unhappiness and keeping yourself from having fun? Are you the culprit? P.S. We're usually always the culprit. You are the culprit. But really check in with yourself. Have lots of fun so you can find your freedom. That is it from me, friends. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Fly With Me sessions are officially back open. They are 222 for the moment, and we've had some really powerful, beautiful shifts for people who have been there in the program, and I highly recommend it. If you have not had a Fly With Me session, like Like, I never say, I don't like to say like, oh, you're missing out, but you really are missing out. Someone told me that I put them into meditation. They sat up and they were like, wow, that was more powerful than the 20 years of therapy that I've been doing. And I'm like, well, when you're tapped in, you're tapped the fuck in. You feel me? And I'm not here to waste nobody's time. So if you want to experience the magic, and if you want to ascend, and if you want to be in your fucking frequency and finally move past all the shit that's been weighing you down and be who you want to be, like truly be who you want to be. You want to live that Tokyo life. You want to live that Tokyo drift. You want to be an artist. You want to be a singer. You want to be an herbalist, or you want to be all of them at one time, because you can actually do that, then I want you to book a Fly With Me session. The description is in the podcast notes, and I really hope to see you there. And if you are local in Sacramento, I will be at the California Women's Festival at Cal Expo, holding it down for all the motherfucking goddesses out there, because it's going to be business as fuck, but I'm cool with it. I'm going to go shine my light. I'm going to have an in-person shopping experience. We're going to launch the opening of the Kick the Shit Happiness Challenge again for this year. So if you have not done it, you really need to do it. And I'm just thinking I might drop the link in the show notes for this one. I'm feeling like y'all need to be there. If you haven't done it, you really need to do it. It's 3 days of us just kicking shitty behavior out the door, and it'll get you where you want to go. So book a Fly With Me session. Wait for this Kick This Shit challenge to come. See me at the expo. Hit up your girl if you got fairs or talks in your cities that you would like me to be at, because I will definitely be there. I am in motion right now. My energy is flowing. It's growing. It's expanding. And I want the same for all of you lovely folks out there. So hit me up. Let me know. And that is a wrap, my friends.
Hey, if you're ready to ascend to happiness and live the life you've always wanted, join me in my Empowered Living Facebook group for socially conscious healers, witches, and spirituals, and sign up to get my free Empowered 5 Practices to Ascended Happiness guide. It's helped others expand their consciousness and soar beyond sight, sound, and imagination in just one day. It's the catalyst you need to embrace your magic and change the world. Just click the link in the show notes, and I'll see you in the group next time.